really was Sherman. Never forget it. Hi, my name is Mary. Hi, Mary Ellen. This is Sherman.
Are you receiving our emails already?
No.
Okay, you may sign in right here and we'll add you to the list.
All right. No extra charge. I didn't I do know what things like just wanted to mention a couple of things to begin with. Since I was last with everybody here a month ago, I've been to Paris and to the south of France.
What a hardship.
Oh, nice. I know, c'est dommage. But I will tell you, no matter where I went, I felt I was so fortunate to live in the United States of America. And so, let us all pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you.
You want to be added?
Will the secretary please call the roll?
Weaver.
Present.
Cass.
Here.
Cassvan.
She's absent.
Philo. Calvin.
Here.
Captain.
Present.
Lax, out. Marcinia? Moroza, thank you. Petros? The board? Here. Roden?
Here.
Steinberg is here. Zip?
Here.
Thanks, Rod. Here. One, two, three, four. 11, I got 11. Okay, we have a quorum. Thank you. Make a couple of announcements. We had originally thought we were going to have our new councilman, David Rue, here, but because of scheduling conflicts, he could not be here. He will be here in July. And Tom Labange is at a memorial service, and he will not be here. But we do have our newly elected Los Angeles Unified School District person from, board member from Area 3, which is this area, Scott Schmerlison, and he will be arriving to speak to us. So I apologize for the two people that couldn't be here, but we're doing our best. All right, so now we'll do approval of minutes from May 11th. You've sent the minutes. Are there any additions or corrections?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Was there a copy?
Yeah, the copies are on the table. The agendas for tonight and the minutes are on the table. Is there a second? Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes as written. Those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, that's passed. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to introduce somebody I haven't seen in a while, John Alfred, representing Congressman Brad Sherman. Thank you, John.
It's John. I'm going to take less than a minute because I'm told I have to take less than a minute. So first of all, thank you. I'm really here just to remind everyone that we have a full-time constituent service staff at the office. If you have any friends that are having trouble with federal agencies, that means a veteran that's having trouble with VA, someone's having trouble getting their Medicare check or Social Security, please don't hesitate to reach out to our office. We do this all day and we try to help unravel problems with federal agencies. A couple things are going on in Congress. Congressman Sherman's continuing his vocal opposition of this TVP bill. So Congressman Sherman's been active in opposition to this for months now. He certainly spent about 20 minutes crusading against it in committee. He doesn't consider it a good free trade bill. He considers it an opportunity to exacerbate our trade deficit, and there's a couple of the problems with it too. But this dovetails with his larger opposition to, NAFTA, CAFTA, everything for China, the Colombian Free Trade Agreement. Anyway, this fits in with his general approach to trade. He also introduced last week, he and Bernie Sanders introduced the Too Big to Fail is Too Big to Exist Act. So the prospects of this passing the House, I got to be honest with you guys, it's this comes back from when Mr. Paulson got on his knees and begged Nancy Pelosi to sign off on this enormous package to take taxpayer money to bail out these Wall Street folks. This is a number of years ago. Congressman Sherman would say, hey, if it's too big to exist, it should be like a protozoa. It should split in two. It shouldn't take the whole world's economy down with it. And so this is his and Mr. Sanders' bill, and they're going to move forward on that. Aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys get back to your meeting. But constituent service and those two things are going on. So
thank you very much, John. Always good to see you. Always good to see you.
I'm getting married, by the way. He is going to do it just like you, Jill. So, Congressman Sherman's appreciate it.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, Eric, from Councilman Labange. Thank you for being here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric King. I am the field deputy representative for Sherman Oaks for Councilman Labange. This will be my last Sherman council meeting as Councilman Labange's representative. Never know about the future. But so I wanted to thank you all for welcoming me into the community this last year that I've been with Councilman Labange. It's been great. So much so that my girlfriend and I moved into Sherman Oaks a year ago, and we love it here. So it's I love working here, and it's great. Great. On the business side of things, we just opened up the Riverwalk Park between Sepulveda and Kester last week. The mayor was there. It was a great ribbon cutting ceremony. The mayor and Councilman Labange took bike rides down the river. It was pretty nice. But that's open. Check it out. It's really, really nice. You can walk, you can ride a bike, you can do it whatever you want. It's really nice. And it's going to grow more. It's hydro seeded, and it's right now there's not much foliage and stuff, but it's going to grow more.
Okay, great.
And last thing, I know we talked about the soccer fields, and Sherman Park, June 26th is a Friday, 9:30 a.m. We're having the ribbon cutting ceremony, grand opening. It's going to be a very nice event to open up the best new soccer fields in the city of Los Angeles, right here in Sherman Oaks. I'm still here until June 30th. Constituent services, just like what he does. I'm here. If you need help with any city department, I'm here. You need bulk items picked up, we'll do our best to try to get them. We're winding down in Councilman Labange's office, but I'll be in there. So, thank you very much.
Eric, thank you for your service to our community.
Yes.
Eric, thank you very much for your service to our community. We really appreciate it. Okay, I saw our senior lead officer, Jose Sanada. Yay!
Hello, how you doing? Thank you very much. I'm Officer Jose Saldana, and I cover the southern portion of Sherman Oaks, everything south of Ventura to Mulholland, between Sepulveda and Coldwater Canyon. Yeah, I'm going to miss Eric. He's one of our best city council field deputies, so he's an outstanding guy. So hopefully he'll stay there, and David doesn't have to have a new replacement. One of the bad things right now we're having is a spike on our burglaries and burglaries of motor vehicles on Ventura Boulevard and everything south, some residential burglaries. But I had 7 businesses broken into one night last week on the corner of Ventura Boulevard between Fulton and Hazeltine. And mostly of these businesses, most of the businesses were hair salons, smoke shops, and nail salons. So there have been mostly been window smashes, suspect enters and just gets currency from the cash register and leaves. This has been occurring all the way down North Hollywood, and it's been coming up this way. We do have a suspect description. All we have is a male white. That's causing most of the burglaries on Ventura Boulevard. But we do have our undercover officers working Ventura Boulevard all this month to try to catch this suspect. On the date, this is happening between 3 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock. And the residential burglaries that we're having are all daytime burglaries because burglars figure that you guys are working during the day. So they do the typical door knock, check if somebody's home, then they go to the rear of the house and smash the window or enter to a rear window or door. So be extra vigilant out there and tell your neighbors. But I had a total of 25% increase year to date from last year. So
Is that daytime burglaries?
daytime burglaries, yes, sir.
What are the real numbers? I mean, the statistics, we've heard it, I take a minute, so the last year, it's been a small spike in residential burglaries every time. I'm just wondering as far as the
Well,
numbers.
last year we were down like 15 to 20%.
Last year it's been-
Yeah, so we've had, I don't have the exact numbers, but I could bring those numbers out on the next meeting and give you that. Yes, sir.
I know you're speaking south, but I know that in my area, which is north, which is the Fashion Square area, we have at least 4 home burglaries that have been people that have been under construction and
Yes.
early in the morning, and we've had people that have had typically Japanese cars who have their car parked in the street have lost their catalytic converters. Is there anything you can speak to?
Yes, I've had like 6 houses also under construction. They'll be taking the construction tools. That's another common thing, because they know there's nobody around, and at night they go in there and they torch the boxes and they take the tools. The Cadillac converter on the Elements, they're number one. They're easy to access because they're set higher, and they could take the catalytic converter out. They're very expensive. They run between $500 to $1,000.
1,300, my son-in-law will attest to that.
And that's the reason these guys are taking these catalytic converters. On the Elements are number one.
Yes, that's what he had.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
I noticed early in the morning, from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock, it must be, we counted 242 cars on our street, which is Round Valley Drive. It's just a neighborhood location. Where are those people going?
Well,
Why
a
are
lot of
they
people are
using
cutting, a lot of people are cutting traffic, and with this new application that we have, the Waze, and they're reverting traffic into the side streets and causing a major congestion on these smaller streets. We are aware of it. We have been discussing that issue in the last couple of meetings.
You checked, there wasn't one person that parked a car and went into a house. They kept right on
Right.
going.
Cutting over the hill.
Beverly Glen, it's the shortcut to the shortcut. And the dogs are not happy. Walking their dogs.
And it's very dangerous.
We'll be talking to you about this. Thank you.
Thank you. We are, like I said, we're aware of it, and we have our extra Valley Traffic Division working those streets, even though they're not breaking the law, but we are aware of the congestion that we have with that hill.
I'll take the 2 signs, no traffic.
And Eric King, who probably
Real quick, our office has been working extremely hard on this issue. It's been a tough issue because during the recession, neighborhood traffic management, which is a service that Los Angeles Department of Transportation provides, was cut out of their budget. And that is what enables us to put up restricted turn signage, like no left turn 7 to 9 a.m. So the city has not been putting in those signs the last 5 years. And that's what obviously the residents want, is to keep this commuter traffic off their small street. And what we did do as a quick fix, it doesn't fix everything, but we did put up speed advisory signs and turn warning signs on Round Valley, say 10 miles per hour. It was quick, it was easy. It's all we could do right now, but we've been working on that.
We will pay for this.
It doesn't. It's not an actual money thing. The Department of Transportation doesn't have that service available, so it's not within their budget, and it's not budgeted for this year. And they don't have the engineer position available that does neighborhood traffic management. That's why speed bumps are not available in the city of Los Angeles right now. Oh, I know, and it's all under the same umbrella. But we have been working hard on that. We got the ball rolling. Hopefully, we're hoping in next year's budget it's available, and the Department of Transportation can provide
Maybe
us.
a year from now, we
In
can't
next
do
year,
it today.
2016. No, we can't do it
We're
today.
not happy.
I know, I understand.
I think this lady over here has a question.
Yeah, I wondered if this was a trend. We have, there was a house was demolished, and, the fence was put up around it, and, before they started building, the house up the other side of it was burglarized. And the police said they felt that the perpetrators had gone through the empty lot. Now, is that kind of a trend, or is that just?
No, that's not normally the trend. No, and the constructions are normally just our houses that are already built. But that's the burglars are looking for darkness, and that's probably a nice dark. There's no lighting around it, so that's what's the best way to answer that house. But yeah, it's not a trend on that issue, but it's just an opportunity that was there present. I also like to remind you on August 4th we have our National Night Out, and it's going to be held at the Sherman Park, and it's going to be some food and maybe some jumpers for the kids. And on June 27, we have Coffee with the Cops. So you can come over here and talk to us also at the Sherman Park. So we'll have a man post vehicle out there, and we'll have a little some coffee and water, and if there's anything you want to come out and talk to, we have our 7 senior lead officers will be present June 27th.
June 27th and August 4th.
August 4th is our national night out, and June 27th is our coffee.
You all hear what she's saying?
No.
Can you repeat that?
She said that's on Sepulveda and Magnolia. Somebody jumped out of a bridge and landed on top of a vehicle. I'm not aware of it. Maybe it happened on. That's not my area, so I normally don't get the reports from that area. But I could also find out. I don't know what the status on it. It could have been just a suicide. So.
Thank you very much, Jose. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ron Merkin is here. Thank you very much. He's on the Van Nuys Airport Advisory Council. What's happening at the airport?
Well, a lot of people don't realize that the Van Nuys Airport does have a Citizens Advisory Council, very similarly to our Sherman Oaks Neighborhood Council. They are open meetings the first Tuesday of every month, the Van Nuys Flyaway, and you can access more information at the LAWA Van Nuys Airport website. There are some things that might affect, that you might want to be able to know about here in the local area. One, the stage 2 noise reduction law has finally come to fruition. It's 100%. It only took 20 years to happen. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. But now, stage 2 jets, for those who, what's that? The loud ones, the old style jets aren't even allowed in Van Nuys Airport. The only way they're allowed in is if they're coming to get retrofitted for hush kits, period. Otherwise, they're not allowed. So, and you can always go to the Van Nuys Airport website and look at WebTrack. If you ever have a noise problem, you can go and find out the time and date of the violation, and you can make a formal notice to Van Nuys Airport management. We'll look into it and check on it for you. More important, right now there are 2 issues that the Van Nuys Council are looking at. One is early turn. We're trying to get prop and jet aircraft to turn on the basin so they don't affect residential areas as much. And that's a hard one to work on because that's what we're working on. The other thing, that's going to be another like 10-year problem. Anything that involves the FAA, which it does, Van Nuys Airport does not control that early turn. All they can do is suggest a fly-friendly atmosphere. The same goes for helicopter noise. That's perhaps the thing that affects everyone in this room. You've all heard it ever since Carmageddon. What we're trying to do, literally, we are meeting with the FAA, and they're actually very good on this one. Meeting with Brad Sherman's office, they're involved. Everyone's involved on this one. And we're trying to get them to stop hovering and work as a pool. So only one helicopter will work an incident. Again, just to let you know, if you're looking up and you hear a helicopter and they're hovering, it's media. If they're circling or what's called orbiting, it's always going to be LAPD. LAPD never hovers, ever. So that's how you can tell the difference. Any questions?
Thank you, Ron. Our guest speaker is here, but before he speaks, we're going to have something very special. Michael Garrett was appointed to this board, and we're very excited that he's going to be with us. And so tonight, we'd like to give you the oath of office so you can take a seat at the table. You want to give us, if you want to tell a couple seconds about you.
Okay. My name is Michael Garrett. I live in Area 1. I've lived there for 3.5 years now. And yeah, I work at Disney. Love living and working in the Valley. And I'm very excited to talk about it.
Okay. We'll do it right here. I,
I, Michael Garrett,
swear or affirm
swear or affirm
that I will support, defend, and abide
that I will support, defend, and abide
by the California Constitution,
by the California Constitution,
the Los Angeles City Charter,
the Los Angeles City Charter,
and the Sherman Oaks Neighborhood Council bylaws,
and the Sherman Oaks Neighborhood Council bylaws,
policies, and rules.
policies, and rules.
I take this obligation freely,
I take this obligation freely,
and I will well and faithfully discharge
and I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter,
the duties on which I'm about to enter
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
As a board member of the Sherman Oaks Neighborhood Council.
As a board member of the Sherman Oaks Neighborhood Council.
Congratulations. We're really excited because we have 3 new board members, Michael and Mohammed Filo and Rafael Marosa.
There you go.
Marosa. Okay. All right. And if anybody would like to be on the council, please let us know, because now we have some vacancies in area 2 and 5 and 1 in area 6. So I'm going to mention that Rachel Cash, who was on our board from area 6, has resigned, and so that is open now. And the next elections will be March of 2016, and that will be for the odd numbered seats on our board. We have odd and even numbered areas, and so that's, this next one is for the odd number.
And any opens.
And has that passed?
Well, assuming, yeah.
Okay, but in the meantime, the president has responsibility to appoint. So if you're interested in being appointed in the interim, please let me know. We have several people who would like to speak during public comment. We'll do as many as we can before Scott gets back in here. And because we have to be out of here in an hour tonight, instead of our usual 2 minutes, you will have 1 minute. Sandy Logan, are you here, Sandy? Hi, do you want to come over here and speak? Introduce yourself.
Good evening, my name is Sandy Logan. I work for NCADE.
Can you talk a little louder, please?
My name is Sandy Logan. I work for NCADE, National Council of Alcohol and Drug Dependency. I'm a prevention coordinator. We work with the students and the parents and decrease underage drinking and the use of marijuana. We're having a prevention meeting on June 23rd. I would love for all of you to come attend. It's an opportunity to work with the community, talk to the students, work with the parents, and educate them on drug and alcohol abuse.
Thank you very much.
Where is your meeting?
Our office at 6116 Vesper Avenue. I left some invites outside the door here.
Thank you. Linda Brooks.
Yes, I will take my time walking up to the podium before Ron hits the clock. And that's
You want to speak at the podium,
yes,
please?
Finance Committee. And I'm here just to remind you because I'm part of the LA City Attorney's.
Can you all hear her?
No. If you're not familiar with the LA City Attorney's this DRP, and it's I'm drawing a blank, dispute resolution program. It's a free program. If you should have a problem, if you have a neighbor-to-neighbor issue, a landlord-tenant issue, whatever issue you have, it's free to have a mediator through the LA City Attorney's Office. They have a website. It's wonderful. Part of it is fabulous.
What's the website?
LA City Attorney Google Dispute Resolution Program. It's amazing, and most people don't know about it. I would love to see this link on our website.
Thank you very
Okay,
much, Linda.
thank you.
William Guzman, you have a minute on your public comment?
Mr. Chair, the agenda says 2 minutes. I didn't hear a board vote changing what was on the agenda.
Mr. Guzman, I will read to you from what the city attorney has said.
Mr.
Guzman, let her speak.
Public comment is limited to 2 minutes per speaker unless waived by the presiding officer of the board. I'm the presiding officer, you will have 1 minute.
Where are the standing rules that are in your bylaws? At a recent bank meeting, a Sherman Oaks board member, name withheld out of respect, mentions my name out loud as someone who filed a complaint against this council for failing to submit an ENS notice for the May 11th board meeting. My name was brought up at this meeting, which is a violation of the Code of Conduct. It's a violation of Robert's Rules of Order. And, you know, it's really sad that that led to another person standing up in that room and saying, oh, he's just a big developer. He doesn't care about the community. Well, I wish the first part of his statement was true. I'm just a realtor. I wish I had millions of dollars like a big developer. But, you know, the second part is I don't care about the community. If that's not true, I wouldn't be here speaking before you tonight. Because I made a Public Records Act request to this neighborhood council. And the Brown Act says that they are supposed to provide this to without delay. And I am been told that I can pick up this letter on June 18th. Well, I'm here tonight. Why isn't it available for me tonight?
Your time is up, thank you,
So
Mr. Guzman.
I don't feel that you're respecting your statement.
Thank you very much. Okay, is Scott back in the room now?
Oh, for 10 cents a copy, Paige, you can have a copy.
All right, I need to get into this treasurer's report. I'm gonna have to break it all. If you'll, the board will look at item A8, the consent calendar. There are 13 items. This means the consent, so the discussion is not required. If you want to pull any of these items, then we would discuss that, if that's items A to M. And if you want to discuss one and pull one, then just let me know which one. Howard?
Yes, I would like to pull from the consent calendar items C through M. First, M was an announcement to the board, does not require board action. And C through L are items related to proposed expenditure for the new fiscal year budget, which is yet to be approved and will be discussed and approved at an upcoming special meeting.
So you want to pull from C to L?
C through M, C through L for the special meeting, and M because it's merely an announcement.
Okay. All right, so the only ones left are A and B. And do I have a motion to accept A and B? Okay, it's been moved and seconded.
I have speaker cards on these items.
Okay, it's been moved. Do I have a second for A and B?
Sure.
Okay, all those in favor of A and B, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Abstention? Okay, those two pass. Okay, Mr. President, you have, you want to speak on every single item, which would take us way beyond 8 o'clock. And you want to speak on 8, you want to go from A to P. So because of the, we have a speaker and because we have to be out of here in 15 minutes, you want to go up there and you can have another minute to speak on A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, N, O, N, P.
So basically you're denying my public right to
I'm asserting my role as a
what I will try
presiding
to do is I will try to sum up this
That
very
would be very
succinctly.
much appreciated.
try to be as brief as possible, but I want at least some leniency here with time. Because there are so many items, and I can wrap this up really shortly with one paragraph. May 28th, Finance Committee was not emailed to NC Support a minimum of 72 hours in advance. I have proof. I have the copy of the email here that was dated May 26th. That's less than 72 hours before the meeting, so therefore, it probably was not physically posted either. So there's no Brown Act posted, there's no E&S fulfillment of the done requirement to post the agenda. On the February 7th meeting, it says there are 6 members of the committee and 3 were present, and there was a quorum. The last time I looked, a quorum is 50% plus 1, which would mean that committee would have 4, and all those decisions from February 7th would be nullified and void because they are in violation of the Brown Act and the done resolutions that regulate agenda posting requirements. Again, the emails are here in my hand proving what I have said.
All right, thank you. Linda Brooks, are you still here? Linda, did you want to speak on 8A?
8A? No, it has to do with Lisa's animal as additional information.
You've got here 8A.
I actually
No,
am
it's
on,
cute.
like, I don't know if I need to sign the right form or anything, I went to the last meeting.
No, it's a Q. Isn't it Q, Howard?
Oh, it's a Q.
It's a
Well, it's
Q.
a Q.
Just for additional, you know, if you need more info, I'm here. If you don't, we'll pull. That's all.
Did you fill this out for 8Q?
Yes, John probably did.
Okay. But I just, okay, so
Change it to a Q.
okay. We'll
My arthritis
call you
also.
on that.
Only if it's
Did you
necessary.
fill out one for that as well?
Well, you know, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers, but I spent hours on a presentation about the $5,000 for the shelter, like hours, I talked to everybody in the city.
Did you want to speak tonight on this?
I would love to, and I'll keep it like
Just fill out a speaker card.
Okay, yeah,
Just
sure.
fill out a speaker card.
Yeah, all right, I didn't know, sorry, I'm a newbie.
So now we're in the regular agenda, starting with item N.
Yes.
Because note that O and P will be referred to the special meeting, which will be a week from tonight, June 15th, right here in the library. And at that time, we will discuss O, P, and those items that were pulled from tonight's consent calendar. All right, Howard, you want to talk about N?
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you very much. Now for the entertainment portion of the evening. Yeah, as of tonight, we have $6,277.10 remaining. However, I've done an estimated projection here on the lower portion of, this is about page 4 or 5 in your packet. And based on my projection, as well as some expenditures tonight and an upcoming land use committee, I figured that if we should end up with about $90.96 remaining in the balance. However, there's something that I will defer to in a little bit and discuss it. So this is presented to you from the Finance Committee.
Do we all have that here?
Yeah.
This is a motion from the Finance Committee?
Yeah, the 6,277.10 is the motion from the Finance Committee.
That is what's left?
No, I mean, after I've done the projection and Ron told me there's a land use committee meeting that'll be paid for. And then also we'll be paying $106 for food tonight that was not accounted for.
Okay, so if this is from the Finance Committee, then we can, is there any discussion on this?
So you're just saying there's like a $200 difference, Howard, based on the balance that you've listed on the front cover?
No. We're referring to the inside, to the, no. That's page, it's about page number 7, 6, 7.
So you're saying that by the end of this fiscal year, we're gonna have $6,400 left in our budget?
No.
But that's what that says, unspent budget balance.
Right, but then, remember, that's the reconciliation for the month. It doesn't account for any other activity that's taking place. Right, so further in the package is the $6,277.10 from the Finance Committee, and then again, I'm giving you an estimated projected balance down below of, it was $363.50, but accounting for the $216 for the Land Use Committee, and then an additional $56 over what I projected for the food tonight. There's still a question as to the $600 that this board approved for the banners, which Carolyn was to order. Nothing's been done there, so I don't know exactly how much that amount will end up.
Okay. All right, so then we're voting on AN. No other questions? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstention? All right, then that passes. Now we'll discuss it. We'll move on to Q, and we've got two speakers, Megan O'Brien and Linda Brooks. So Megan, why don't you want to start?
I don't know, I'm sorry. 1 minute. Yeah. So the animal shelters in Van Nuys are in a terrible way. We put out $25,000 a month. It's horrible, and we have $5,000 to spend, or we have to give it back to the state. So what was in the proposal for last time, I wasn't allowed to talk, but I can propose them together.
We're allowed to talk. I called them when we were here.
I'm sorry, I was told by this gentleman that I was not on the notes, and that I was not allowed to talk.
I'm sorry, Megan, because you and I
Yes, I communicated that to Howard, and Howard told me that I was not allowed to talk and to come back. So I'm just doing, I'm sorry, I was told not. Okay, anyway, no, I don't know, I'm here for the dogs, and I'm not here to be catty, no pun intended. So I want to give the animals the $5,000 to the East Valley Shelter. And one of the things that we had were cages, because we're putting dogs down every 3 days because they don't have room. Right? So we have some money, let's give some cages for them. And also there's nowhere for when you walk in, it's pretty scary, like a prison. There's nowhere to meet with this animal before you decide to take it home. So one of the things was for a little bit of furniture in the kind of lobby, if you will. So that's what I am proposing we use the money for. Thank you.
All right, I'm just going to ask you,
yes.
Is this for, it says pet adoption, is this for cats and dogs?
Yes, cats and dogs, both rooms. I'm sorry. With the time change, I was on the
Sorry, Megan, I'm sorry.
All animals, anything four-legged.
I just adopted 2 wonderful kittens.
Birds, anything at the Van Nuys shelter, I would like to do this.
Yeah, so that's it. I adopted Jackson Pollock and Jasper Jones. Okay.
You're not false.
Oh, yeah, and I would like to be, if I could, the point person for the Sherman Oaks animal, because we don't have an animal person, that's all.
All right, that's great.
Great.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so then Linda, did you want to speak on this?
You know, I think I checked off where if you need additional information for Lisa's proposal and the money, I could answer questions. I know Howard's up on everything. That's the only reason I did that. If you want me to say something, I will. If I can't talk later, then tell me what to do.
Well, we have an action item and a motion here to allocate $4,900 to pay Angels, a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, to purchase washable bubble couches and chairs to furnish the meet and greet pet adoption areas at the Los Angeles East Valley Shelter which services Sherman Oaks, and for wall plaques to recognize some. Is there any discussion here from the board?
And the last page here describes what it is, and as well as the budget breakdown.
Last page of Howard's packet.
It's the very last page.
So Jill, I'm just here if anybody has, because I helped Lisa do the emails. I mean, it's her project and Howard's up on it, so.
The last page of the finance packet.
Is that
has
out
the
here?
breakdown. Okay, any questions from the board? All right, then this is a motion from the finance committee, correct?
Is this currently accounted for, or is this from the remaining 6,000?
This is, well, you'll see, going back to the report that you looked at.
Just note that the MERS report and finance report are not on the public table.
This is one of them. And so that's why I say.
Oh,
We didn't print enough agendas either.
About the $60 projected
So we
figure.
have the money.
Yeah.
Question, and if we don't use the money for this, then it will be swept back into the city
Correct.
funds.
Correct. It goes back to the general.
All right, then I'm gonna, with no other comments, then I think we're ready to vote. For all those in favor of this motion to allocate $4,900, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay?
No.
No. Who was the other one? And abstentions?
Because of the animals and
He has cats.
This is for dogs and cats. There are two, then you have photographs.
You're out of order.
Okay, I'm outvoted anyway, so.
Yeah, what's out of order is no roll call vote.
Please don't give people a hard time about
All
their
right.
votes.
Abstentions?